So process and feel.
A feel of summer out there. Keep in mind our average highs in the 80s. We don't usually see that until later in June, in fact late June. So a little bit of a summer preview here. Over the next 12 hours with this summer warmth that's still in place, we're tracking a few summer thunderstorms. They're moving in from the west and some of them could be strong, although the strongest storms are expected to stay just to our west out through upstate New York. We're already starting to see some development out there at the moment. So with these storms that are passing by, any storms that hold on to that potency could contain damaging winds, a chance of some hail, though small, and likely some frequent lightning. I'm not expecting any sort of flooding with this. The tornado threat is very low in our area. This is something that we'll watch in a more isolated form. You could see that level of severe weather threat here. It's about a level 2 as you move from Worcester north and west, thinking as you move really north of Boston into New Hampshire, Vermont, and stretching into areas of western Massachusetts. That's where here in southern New England we have the best chance. However, as we look at much of the Northeast overall, the strongest risk by far is through upstate New York, where we do already have a severe thunderstorm watch that's been posted. You can see the storms that are firing off just east of Lake Ontario at the moment. They're following an easterly path, so it's by no surprise we'll be tracking that eventually moving toward us, although in a weaker form. While we're mainly dry here locally, you can see, well, first off, see this line here? That's actually an indication of that sea breeze. That's how strong it is as that wind moves in off the water. But you can see also a few small cells, counting 3 here, traveling just north of Boston over the North Shore. Not seeing any lightning contained within this, but it's not something we can rule out at this point, although the stronger potential for thunderstorms arrives after 5 o'clock tonight. We have temperatures in the 80s for the suburbs, so it is still hot out there. Look at Fitchburg at 85 degrees. Sea breeze keeping us in the 60s for Boston, a lot of 70s as you move down toward places like Falmouth and down toward the south coast. But less time out these storms, because if you are trying to get out and about this evening, I don't want you to be surprised by some of these stronger storms holding together. So as we move toward the 6 o'clock hour, we'll likely start to see these storms getting a little bit closer to Route 2. Notice the focus is as you move up into New Hampshire, and then likely getting a little bit closer to the Mass Pike thereafter, so closer to the 7 to 8 o'clock hour. Traveling toward 10 o'clock, I think a lot of these storms will lose their potency as we move past sunset, but likely a few rumbles possible moving south of the city, moving toward about 10 o'clock tonight. Thereafter, we'll see most of this activity start to fade. We clear out partially overnight. Watch for some areas of fog, especially right after the storms end. And then tomorrow, it's a mixed bag here. We have 60s at the coast, near 80 inland again. So another warm day for us. And there is that chance for some afternoon showers and storms. And that could get strong at times, although the strength of these storms likely not going to compare to what we're seeing out there for tonight. And in fact, this will be an unsettled pattern that continues right on into Thursday morning. So that daily shower threat will continue. I do think we'll see a little bit of a break Thursday.